Okay, so now I'm going to get to the fun part, which is this sign. The the best part is always the old signage. And as I'm planning this out, I kind of space out the letters because everything like kind of fits in and has a point of reference. So if I just make a whole bunch of guidelines, I can get the letters in the right spot. Um, do this very lightly so I can. Hi everyone. I don't know who's sticking around and watching, but I'm drawing a let's see, it goes from there to there. I have to write the word Metropolitan Locksmith. I walked by this great looking shop front yesterday, meeting my friend in the West Village, and this woman walked by right as I was taking the picture, and um, hi Remke, and it made the shot even better. So I'm just trying to get this down. Quick sketch, and then I'll add ink. And I figured as I was doing this, why not go live? Because I haven't gone live in a while. I actually haven't done a lot on Substack since the new year because I've been planning all sorts of other things and it's been busy. I do have a meetup tomorrow with paid subscribers. We're going over composition, which should be great, and looking forward to that. And these old signs are so great. Hi, Kathy. Oh, good. You're excited for the composition. Me too. It's going to be good. I've been preparing for that today, and next week I'm teaching a bunch of workshops at SCAD for foundation year students, and they've got me visiting 8 different classes and also doing a 2-hour workshop, and oh, I'm going to be busy. So needless to say, I have not been writing Substack posts as frequently as normal since the new year. There's so much to read, though, so I kind of feel like that's okay. Just focus on the teaching for now, and I'll get to it. But this is a way of being here, and I was drawing. I needed a break, and I needed to just draw something, so here I am. All right. Now, one of the things we'll talk about tomorrow in the composition is leading lines. And this line right here just like brings you right in the lines of the sidewalk. Another thing I've been doing is helping my son do his final preparation for his portfolio, and he's had to do a lot of drawings. So I've been like trying to help but not help as much as possible. And all of that will be past us. He'll turn it all in the next week, which will be a big relief. All right. I think I'm done with my pencil. I'm going to now draw it in ink. Let's see if anybody has said anything. I know I'm being really quiet, but okay. I just went through this whole process of making sure that my fountain pens are all good with ink. So, which one will I use? I'll try this one. This is my original, the very first Lamy pen I got when Nishant, the sneaky artist, told me that I could load it with platinum ink. So that was a bunch of years ago. And it's still going strong. Now I have like 5 of them. Drawing what's in the windows, I'll just probably do in ink and paint. I don't need to sketch all of that out. It's really just to get everything where it's supposed to be. There's little locks on the side, which is so cute. On the side of the locksmith. I did one class on like creating a fake shop front because they're all like so many of them are very similar. They all have their own little um like quirks about them, and they all have their own personality, but there's this formula with the door going in the center, and this one is exactly the way that I had drawn the shop front, the fake shop front in that class. It's like this quintessential like arrangement of window and Hopefully that was straight. I don't use rulers, so what is the pen you're using? I'm using a Lamy. Um, it's a Safari. This one's the like a rose gold edition, so it was a little bit more money. It's like $40 or something. And I use I know people come on here at different times, so this is going to be pointless in a few minutes if you join later, but I use this converter and load it with platinum carbon ink so that I can paint right over it. You're welcome, Kimberly. So yeah, and it's a fine nib, but I also have this one, which is a broader nib, so I can make thicker lines. And then I did a collab with them, and they gave me this fancy one, which I also love. So I have a bunch in front of me. But Lamy's usually my go-to. I have a few other brands. I love the Platinum fountain pen that is made by Platinum. So that's the same as the ink that I use. There's a hair on that. Oh. And this one uses the cartridges. This is great for drawing. I always get nervous when I do these lives, and then I ease into it. Now I'm feeling a little better. It's hard to draw live. Especially when there's a lot of straight lines. Well, my lines are never perfectly straight, but they're still straight enough. Um, Now I'm going to start to draw some of the things that are in the window. I love all the stickers in the windows and then on the doors, like little credit card stickers, and I don't even know what they all are. But the doors are usually loaded with them. Right there, it says pull. Tiny, tiny. And then it is. Anybody here know this locksmith? Some New Yorkers here might walk by it often. I had gotten off at 14th Street and was going to Three Lives, which is a bookstore in the West Village. So I was on my way, and that's when I passed by this. Let's see if anybody's saying anything. Yeah, the rose gold is so pretty. It's nice to use the side of your page as reference when you're trying to draw straight lines. So I tend to do that. Um, and then if I mess up a little, it's okay. It's just I draw intentionally in a way that I can make mistakes and be a little messy. Um, to compensate when when my lines are wonky. This has a lot of lines. And all right, now the bottom of the sign, I do want that straight. hi. Hi, everyone. Hi, Rob. No, I didn't post anything. I I've got a printout of it right here. I'm not using a screen, I'm using a printout. So, I don't know. It's not fo I'm not fo I'm following a lot of it exactly, but I'm also trying to make it my own. But I did not share this is totally spontaneous. I had a moment to draw finally, and I was like, "Well, why don't I go live?" Because I haven't done a lot on Substack since the new year. So, that is what's happening. I'm darkening some of the lines where there is darkness. So yeah, I'm avoiding the harder things. I'll get there. Okay. You just keep moving along. There's like some of these kind of evenly spaced, kind of not. Okay. I like to print out my reference close to size. That way I can really, it's easier. I can do it with my phone, but I'm on my phone is filming this. Plus I don't want to be on so many screens. It feels more analog to when I can't draw live to have a printout. I encourage people to do that when I'm teaching if they're using a reference. So they're not like staring at a phone. So let's see if people are saying anything. I love storefronts. It's fun to watch. It's a great photo. Thanks, Rob. I take a lot of photos, and sometimes I just like them to stay as photos, but this one I really wanted to draw. Um, I went over this a few times already. I'm using a Lamy pen with carbon ink, permanent platinum carbon ink. Okay, I'm going to try and draw this woman now. It's a caricature of her. I'm not trying to make her exact. All I'm going to do is I just added a tiny little eye and nose. Let's see if I can get this without I'm really trying to, like, when I'm doing little tiny faces like this, just have it be really simple. And then also the hands, the hands are always hard. But if you just simplify the lines, it's better. So this one is wrapped around her phone. She's on her phone. And I think that's all I'm going to do. Okay. And I was saying before, she's super casual. She just like walked right by as I was taking the photo. And I thought she was I always take live photos so I can, you know, select the right frame if things like that happen, especially if I'm taking reference photos of like a city scene. And also that way I can have multiple, um, maybe people or a car things like that and use multiple reference. But she was so great, and I love that she has, like, casual in her jeans, but she has this fancy Chanel handbag. It's very, very New York. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. I was saying that earlier, like, will I be able to show that it's Chanel? We'll see. It doesn't really matter, but I thought that was it's just a detail I'm trying to get if I can. She had, like, a sweatshirt wrapped around her shoulders. I don't really know what's going on in there, so I'm just gonna fake it. So many people are asking about the pen. Lamy pen, the converter's inside with carbon ink. Do you know when it's dry? Um, so different from what I do, but I love it. Well, that's the great thing about being on here and sharing our work. We're all inspired by each other. And I never, I try not to teach a specific technique. I always encourage people to do what they love. It's just about the memory keeping that is my most important thing, and what you want to capture in your own way. All right. Now, what to put in the window? I'm just going to do little suggestions. There's so much stuff in the window. Little doorknobs. There's like a sign with neon. I think it's the phone number. Yeah. It's always fun to add some neon paint if I can. I just kind of scribble things, hint at things. Figure I won't put the actual phone number in there. Although it's not that it's a secret. It's right in their window. Over here, there's more. I don't know what they are. They must be just different locks. Some of these old shop fronts are so random. This shows like doorknobs from both sides. And it says locks, gates. Enough. Okay. Oh, neon. Is there a particular kind of neon paint that you go? I use but you don't want an 86753. True. Um, I use Case for making neons. Do you know case for making? Watercolors? I love their paints. Okay, and next to this is a pizza place, which I feel like I should just honor because it's so. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it, like how much I'll be able to get in there, but I'm just gonna. All right, and what's over here? Not much. I'm not gonna do too much over here. Just another window. Pretty sure it was a laundromat. You know, case for making. Yeah, they make very good um watercolors, and they have a line of neon that are great. But the problem with neon is you can see it in a photograph sometimes, but it doesn't scan, and it definitely doesn't reproduce if you print it. So you really only get the full effect of it in real life. But that's the bookmaking graphic designer in me talking. When you're making paintings, it is about real life. And for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I was a graphic designer for years before I started drawing everything and writing books about drawing. And I design books, which makes me a great person to have as an author when you're a designer, and also not, because I have a lot of say in the design of my books. This is where my too much coffee today is acting up because my hand is shaking, but that's okay. That's like kind of how I draw anyway. Oh, hi. Andre's here. Oh, that's so sweet. Andre and I went to school together. No way. It's amazing what happens sometimes. Hi, Andre. Andre and I went to Cooper Union together, but he really did design. I kind of avoided some of it. That's so cool. You never know who's going to show up to these things. Cooper buddies for life. Absolutely. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. I keep getting little hairs in my. I have no idea how long I've been going, but I think I'll start the painting process and then share the finished when this goes live. I'll share this post, but I don't think I should stay here for the whole process because I'm always a little slower when I'm doing things live. I guess that's normal. When you go to a small school like Cooper Union, you are those people are your family, no matter what. No matter how much time passes, no matter where we are. Okay, let's see. Has anybody said anything? When's the next scene? It's the cat. The the cat is gonna be the zine? Is that what I'm hearing? I got a fun email yesterday. I can't say anything yet, but I got a fun email yesterday. Someday soon, I can tell. It was one of those emails that you're like, "Oh," because this beginning of this year, I was just feeling so blah, like, I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of stuff coming up and everything's good, but there's so many Eve New Year's stuff out there, and it just feels like a lot of pressure. And, like I said, I hadn't been even drawing a lot lately because I've been focused on my son's applications and these other things, teaching gigs. I don't always erase all my pencil, but I kind of erase a little bit of it if it's gonna get in the way. And somebody asked, "How do I know when it's dry?" Well, this wasn't totally dry, so I smudged, but that's okay. Um, what was I saying? Anyway, I like to leave some of the pencil, but okay. I'm gonna paint a little bit and then, because I don't know how long I've been going. Oh, the hairs or the cat. Now I see what you're saying. Em is saying that the hairs in my fountain pens are from the cat. The cat went back to Savannah. I miss her. I miss her so much. Ugh. Um, but it's probably better because it's a lot of work to have a pet. I'm using Derwent Inktense paints if people are asking. I'm not looking at the screen right now, but if you're curious, these are not watercolor. They're similar, but they're not. They're inks. I use them all the time. Um, but they work in conjunction with watercolors pretty well. They dry fast, and I love them because you can layer them without them moving too much. But you do have to work with them very quickly, and they dry fast. So there's some downsides, but I love them. Hi, Maria. Oh, Remke, thank you. It's always great when somebody walks into the frame when I'm taking a shop front reference. I knew that I'd probably add her. Having something in the foreground is nice, which is all the things we'll go over tomorrow in our composition Zoom. And for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, for paid subscribers, we have a Zoom tomorrow all about composition. And I've even prepared a slideshow, which I don't always do for my our Zooms. They're usually casual and we're kind of doing what we're doing right now, but like with a smaller group, and we chat and we sometimes use the same reference. I always encourage people to use their own though. And sometimes we have special guests. Tomorrow we're going over composition. And then the next one is going to be about layering, which is something I love to do. So one thing I always do with these paints is add multiple layers. So I'm working light now, but in the end, I can flip through. They become very rich and dark. See, like this page. So you see how light I'm going now, but then they get very rich and dark the more layers that I add. Here's and then there. That one is another good example. So sometimes it's like 10 layers before I'm done. Hello. Let's see. I just finished a book that had a retired New York City locksmith as a character. Oh, nice. Okay, everyone, I read a book in a day. I never read. I just don't read enough. I could not put it down, and I hope you don't judge me, but was The Housemaid that they made a movie. I don't know what made me. Somebody said that they couldn't put it down in an interview, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll read a mystery. And I got it at Books Are Magic yesterday, and I could not stop reading. It was the perfect book for me who doesn't read a lot. I always read, but I don't read novels. And it takes me a long time to get through a book. I'm always drawing. I'm always doing other things. And has anybody read it? I loved it. Oh, nice. The Correspondent. Okay, Michelle, I will look into that. I make my own sketchbooks. Are those mostly ink or watercolor? They're ink, but they kind of act like watercolor. The Correspondent is great. I hope I don't know that I've never it's been years since I like read a book that fast. My son was like, "Mom, what?" I was giving him a little bit of help and guidance on some drawings he had to do, and and then I'd be like, "Okay, you're good," and then I would like open the book again. I could not stop. Um, I could not stop reading it, and so I don't know. But the whole time I was reading it, I was like, "Is this really cheesy? Is this like how I don't know like what the book is how it's perceived?" But they made a movie out of it. I don't know if it's a good movie. I don't even know if I want to see the movie. I'm just so glad that I have to. If anybody has recommendations who read The Housemaid and thinks I would like something else, please let me know. Oh yeah, I don't think that the movie's gonna be good. Andre's saying the movie's bad. Okay, I don't even think I'm gonna see it because the I really like the book, and I don't know, I don't wanna ruin it. Maybe I'll watch it, like, further down the line, um, when it's, like, free on something. And I like Amanda Seyfried, however you say her name, but I'm not sure about the other one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was a good book. It kept my attention, and I feel like I should stop. Well, no, I'm gonna keep 'cause, it seems like there's still people here, so I'll just keep going for a little bit. Um, just taking forever here. I feel like I'm going slow. I always, when I'm using these paints, I'm always using this bottom row. Like it goes away so fast. And these are the browns. This one's like a very dark brown. The Payne's gray, blue black, and then black. Those are like I have a palette at home of these, and the black is almost gone. I don't know what that means about my color usage, but the whole time I was reading that book, I thought, is am I how is this book received in the world? Like, is it a cheesy like mystery novel that I'm? But you know what? It it got me reading. That's what I keep saying. Doesn't matter. All right, I'm getting some questions about what kind of paper I use. I have a tutorial that is available if you're interested. Um, but I can just tell you quickly. I use um, Arches, hot press, watercolor paper. If I can get it in the 90 pounds, sometimes I have less pages in my book because I can only get the 140-pound. But that's like not ideal for a sketchbook because you can't get as many pages. And I yeah, I hand make them. They're pretty simple. I mean, it's just a two stitch thing. You can see that, the pages are not they don't line up perfectly. I'm not a perfectionist. It's kind of how I draw too. I kind of keep things a little messy. I love how each square of New York City sidewalks are slightly different tone. Alright, I'm trying to work a little fast right now just to block in color because it is taking me a very long time. People often ask me how long it takes to do a page. And I never really know how to answer that, and I don't even know how long I've been going now, but I think it's been like an hour. I'm gonna stop soon. I've you read a lot of genre fiction. People think that's cheesy. Yeah, I really. Laura asks what kind of ink. It's platinum carbon ink. Going to have dinner. Thanks for the live. No worries. If you enjoyed it, it doesn't matter what others think. Exactly. I don't even have to tell anyone, but I did tell. I don't like to keep those things a secret if I enjoyed something. Um, why not? Why not share? Even if people judge. All right. I probably will need like another hour to finish this completely. Maybe an hour? Maybe half an hour? I'm not sure. All I know is I'm not done yet. Although the rest does kind of come together pretty quickly when I'm going. Um and so yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be good for me to some day set a timer so I know how to answer that question when people ask me how long. If I block in color like this, I can get the highlights and the shadows and all of that with multiple layers of the paint. I thought this would go quicker, but I'm going to stop for now and share the final in like an hour. So for anybody who's just joining now, I think I've been going for about an hour. This is just the first layer of paint. It is a shop front I walked by the other day, or sorry, yesterday. Gosh, the days are, I don't even know what date it is. It was just yesterday, and a woman walked by really quickly. And so I'm just trying to capture it and working in my sketchbook. And I'll probably write a little bit about when I saw this and why I'm drawing it. And yeah, everything else was shared throughout my process. So you're welcome. Thanks for being here. It was totally spontaneous, and I'm so glad that thank you. Oh, and Andre, thank you for being here. It's so fun. So my old friend from college is here. Showed up, who I miss very much, and I never get to see in real life. So it's just awesome how these things you do and you never know who's going to show up. Um anyway, there's no red. Not today, Rob. Rob always comments when I have the red nails. I think that's what you mean, but not today. No nails, no nails done. All right, everyone. Thank you. I'll share this and Happy New Year. Yeah. Talk to you all soon. Bye.